What's up, guys? This is Jorge Yao back with another episode of Let's Play Clash Royale. And now this is episode 5, where I wanted to feature another card, another strategy. In episode 4, I featured the Golem and kind of showed you guys it's basically its strengths and its weaknesses, because I showed you a pretty decisive win where I won 3 crowns to none, and then a decisive loss where I lost 3 crowns to none. So very situational, good card all in all. I still think it's one of the staple cards in my deck. I do switch it up once in a while between the Golem, because it is a high elixir cost, 8 elixir cost. Now there's a debate between, like, you know, should I use the Golem or the P.E.K.K.A, and I've used the P.E.K.K.A before, and it's actually performed pretty well. You don't see it very often when you're in matchmaking. It's not really part of the meta right now, but it packs a punch. The only downside about the P.E.K.K.A is it has a lot of HP, but unlike the Golem, it doesn't split into 2 Golemites. So, and when Golems split into Golemites, they actually do splash damage. So anything attacking it, and while it's splitting, it'll blow it up. So, or, like, you know, do some damage to it. The P.E.K.K.A doesn't do that. And also Golems, they target buildings, so it's a really good distraction, beefy target, you know, just a punching bag. Whereas the P.E.K.K.A, it does a lot of damage, has a lot of health. As you can see here, 4,800 is a lot of health at level, level 6? 4,800 is a lot of health. 720 damage is insane. But again, you know, it's attacking troops. Like, it's very easily counterable with, like, you know, a swarm of skeletons, or, you know, even the smallest one, the 1 card skeleton is, okay, anything with swarming ability. So, you know, minions, the minion swarm, the larger one. Right, where is it? Oh, I think I have it in my deck, right here. The minion swarm and also the skeleton army. So both of those are really hard counters to it. I've also been experimenting with the level 10 zap spell, so lightning spell. So a lot of people, they use arrows to counteract the barrel, the goblin barrel. So when someone throws a goblin barrel at your tower, you know, you see them kind of just shoot them down instantly with the rain of arrows, these guys here. Now the rain of arrows has a larger radius of 4, area damage of 279, so it is good, but the thing is, though, it costs 3 elixir, whereas, you know, you can do basically the same job with just a zap spell. So that's what I learned, because I played the #1 guy probably like 3 times today. Luckily, he's so far ahead in the lead. Like, his cards are all maxed out, so it's like I don't even stand a chance against him. So he uses the zap spell, and it works actually quite well, because it only costs 2. It's a smaller radius at 2.5, but it gets the job done. So, you know, that's pretty smart. So I've been experimenting with that. But let's get back on topic. I wanted to show you guys and highlight what this video is about, which is the X-Bow. Now, this is an interesting strategy, because you're using what you typically would think a defensive building as an offensive powerhouse. So the title of this video is X-Bow Blitz, and the reason why I call it X-Bow Blitz is it really depends on your starting hand. Now, your starting hand, if you get the right draw, you get that X-Bow, you can basically take down the tower super quick, and it only costs, what, 6 elixir, so it's not too bad in terms of the return. Like, with 6 elixir to take down a tower, if you're lucky, maybe, you know, a little bit more if you drop another troop. You know, that's actually really worth it in terms of the return. So as you can see, I played the #1 player there, got defeated so hard. You know, look at him. He uses level 12 zap, level 10 mini P.E.K.K.A, but man, it's just so hard playing against him. But it did get some victories, some good decisive victories here and there. I'll show you this one against Lone Wolf. He's I don't know what rank he was, but, you know, 46, so he's pretty high up there. But I want to show you guys this replay, because this is what I'm talking about in terms of where the X-Bow Blitz strategy can really come in handy. So right from the get-go, and he's using kind of the same strategy too. He's got the X-Bow, but he doesn't drop it right away, which is weird. I drop it right away instantaneously, and the reason I do that is because there's a amount of time that it takes for it to actually spawn. So you see that, like, clock thing right there? It takes a second for it to spawn. While it's spawning, I'm waiting for my elixir to regenerate so that I can drop another troop And the reason why I drop another troop is to distract anything, because he's gonna try to counteract that my Expo, and I want my Expo to be hitting that tower right away. And so as soon as the Expo starts hitting its first target, it'll keep hitting that first target. So that's why I drop it first. I always drop it first so that it targets, look, it took down that tower more than half HP. Now if I dropped it a little bit later, it'll be targeting, let's say, whatever he drops next, you know, the barbarians or anything else like that. So that's why I always drop the Expo first, because I want to take down as much HP on that tower, first tower, as possible, as quickly as possible, and then hope to have some troops to distract whatever troops that they use. So he's dropping his now, and look, it's aiming for, you know, stuff that doesn't really matter. Like, it's not really, it's basically a useless Expo right there. Like that's, you know, exactly what you don't want to do, because Expos are really easily taken down if you swarm them, basically. So, you know, that's a perfect example where, you know, if he dropped that Expo first, maybe on the other side, on the left side of the map, maybe he could do the exact same thing as I did, and you know, have some success with that. But you know, he didn't do that. But that's just knowing the AI, right? So knowing that the Expo, it'll keep hitting whatever it starts hitting, you know, that's crucial to know. So that's one tip that I think is very, very useful, and that, you know, if you're gonna try it out, definitely make sure you know and understand that concept. Now, that being said, you also have to have a good hand draw, right? Because if you don't have the Expo on the first 4 cards that you get, it's kind of tough. You gotta plan it out later. So here, I plan it out here. I find an opportune time to put it down where he doesn't have anything dropped, or right after he drops something, and I know that he's used a lot of his elixir already, I'll basically drop it then. That way, I know that it's still targeting the tower. That's the main key to all this. The main key to the Expo Blitz is you want it targeting the tower, because it will not stop targeting whatever it starts hitting. Whereas other units, you know, they'll get distracted or whatnot. The Expo does not get distracted. It'll hit the target that it's supposed to hit, that it starts hitting, and keep hitting it until it dies. So that's basically the key. So this game is pretty much GG already. Like, you know, my towers are looking good. He already knows he's lost. His cards are pretty similar to mine. It's not much different. It's just a different play style. So, you know, like, look, I dropped my Expo, and it's hitting his main tower or castle or whatnot, and his Expo is doing damage on mine. Yes, his Expo is a little bit lower in level than mine, so less damage, less HP, but still, it all comes down to strategy. Like, I've seen like players like, you know, Molt and other players that are, you know, a little bit lower level that still do pretty well in this game with lower level troops. So it all depends. It all comes down to knowing the card's AI. It's very similar to Clash of Clans, right? So you got to know the AI, how cards react, how troops react, what their target preference is, and then ways to go around it or manipulate it to your advantage. So that's a perfect example of that. I had more replays of Expo strategy earlier. I did lose some with the Expo, as you can see right there, but you know, playing the HK Hong Kong Esports, they're a pretty good team. I played the #1 guy here. See, just completely got wrecked. I was actually pretty proud of this one. I think I showed you guys. No, I didn't show you guys this, but he actually gave me a nice smiley emote because I got 1 crown off of him, because he usually just dominates and gets 3 crowns left and right. So some pretty big wins. I think the biggest win I had was last night. I had like a plus 52, and it was me against Long Island 07. Oh no, it wasn't Long Island 07. It was the #2 guy, the Hong Kong Esports guy. So this guy right here. So I took him down, got like 57 cups, which is awesome. So I'm currently ranked 7th, 2193. Last night I got up to, I think, what was my best? Because I hit my best last night. How do I get to my profile? Still working out the kinks. You can just click on it, right? How do I get to my profile? I don't even know. Oh, there we go. No? Alright, whatever. Few clicks, but I got to it, finally. So yeah, so Minion Horde, current favorite card, wins 215, but highest trophies, 2286. So that's what I got to last night. I'm gonna donate just to be a good Samaritan. New clan created, Team Secret, official Team Secret. For those of you who know Dota 2, they're the number one Dota 2 team in the world. So created a Team Secret clan here. So pretty cool, pretty cool. They just launched their new YouTube channel, which is pretty exciting. It's linked on my sidebar in terms of like other channels to watch or whatever. So go check them out. They don't have any videos yet. They have a really sick intro. But if you're into Dota 2, if you're into MOBA, you're into Team Secret, you're a Team Secret fan, go ahead and subscribe. They got like 2,500 subscribers within like the first 15 minutes of launch, so crazy, crazy, crazy. Gonna be a huge channel, so be sure to check that out. Okay, let's finish off with another replay. Let's see. Gaming with Malt. I think I've seen that one before. I think he lost. Yeah, he lost in that one. I have one right here, North 44. Let's see, 14 hours ago, ranked number 11 against ranked number 8. So I won this one, but it doesn't really showcase the expo too great, so I'm not going to show it. And you guys can watch it anyway if you guys have this game. So let's see if I can find another one with an expo in it. I wish I had more replays from last night. So here's one where I lose. Here we go. And I had a golem in here. So I lost a pretty good amount of cups in this one. And look, my starting hand, not the greatest starting hand, and I'm deciding what I should drop. Drop the golem, obvious choice. Wait till 8 elixir, drop the golem, see if I can have other things to tank behind it. Now, ideally speaking, a good draw would be having a golem and a wizard. That's what I'm really hoping for usually when I have a starting hand, is if I have a golem in my hand and no expo, I'm looking for a wizard to support him, but I don't, because so wizard comes in late. I have to drop other things just to kind of distract and take care of all the other troops that he's dropping. So the golem, you know, in terms of using 8 elixir on it, it's not doing that great in terms of taking damage. So I dropped that hog rider, probably not the best idea, but you know, it does do a lot of work. So it takes down the building, basically use the free spell. But I use a lot of elixir. Look, my elixir is drained, and look at his. He's got 7, so he's gonna counter really hard. So even though I took down that tower completely, you know, he's countering like with hog rider, with a baby dragon, with 4 barbarians. So you know, just because I came out, you know, guns blazing doesn't mean that he's not, you know, gonna catch up, because you gotta consider I used up a ton of elixir for that basically tower, and now he's kind of ahead on the elixir front. So he's looking pretty good. He's got that barbarian hut that he's using. So this ended up being a pretty close game. Like in this one, like I thought I had this, but you know, the expo came out late. I was relying on it, but you know, it didn't work out. So you know, I had to rejig my troops, and that prince, man, I hate the prince, because you know, it's a love-hate relationship. Because, and look, stupid me dropped the freeze way too late, so basically just wasted it. Should have dropped it right before he even hit, because when he's in that charge, what you want to do is you want to drop anything, basically any ground unit, to take away that charge from him, because if that charge hits one of your buildings, oh man, does that pack a punch. So that's the big mistake that I made here. That probably was the game changer, dropping that freeze so late. If I dropped that freeze on him before the tower died, the tower would have taken it out with my castle. Both of them would have taken him out. So you know, that unfortunate, but hey, things happen. It's just the luck of the draw, and you know, things do happen. So you know, so right now he's making a pretty good comeback, and I'm like, oh crap, like what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Hoping to take down the tower. Just only 9 seconds left, and look, he's charging. I'm dropping. Boom. So my one little soldier guy takes the hit, takes the charge. Now, if you can have that soldier guy take the charge, then the prince is useless. That's why it's kind of love-hate with me with that card, because when it works, it's great. When it doesn't work, you're like, ah, crap, man. This sucks. This sucks. But look how close this was. Look how close this was. He has 222 health on that tower. I have 562. And look what happens. Boom! One fireball, and GG. That was it. Like, wow, right? Like, when I saw this, I was speechless, because not too many people use fireballs, to be honest. Like, I wasn't expecting that at all, and, you know, you don't know what the guy has in terms of what cards he has, what he's holding, so that came down to luck, man. That, you know, he came out with a good win. Props to him. But that was a good draw. That was a good draw. He had the card right at the right time, and, you know, he pulled out with a nice win and, you know, 20-something cups. But, you know, since then, I won some more, and, you know, I'm still back in 7th place. You know, I could have been, if I stayed around 2,800, I would still be in, what, 4th place? I think I made it to 3rd place last night when I was 2,800. But then I lost a bunch, and then, you know, starting to work my way up again. So it is what it is, though. I'll bounce back. But that does it for this episode. I just wanted to highlight the X-Bow. It's great blitz potential, but also, you know, its strategic use and how to really use it. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. This is Jorge Yao. Peace out.